the 8th member of Critical Role,
Oh, really?
Orion. For the first 30 episodes, there's another dude, Orion, who episode 29 or 28 is his last episode. And then episode 30, they announce top of the show, Orion is no longer part of Critical Role.
Really?
For good reason. For very good reason.
What happened?
You should listen to Tiberius's last episode in full, I think.
I would do that. Well, link me some stuff then.
There's a lot. There's a lot out of game that I don't think we'll ever hear. But he kind of like just ruins the whole flow of that entire episode, and he had been for a long time. He's show stealing. He's metagaming. They were policing his dice. And later it kind of comes out that during that period of time,
proceeding into the second part of the tunnel of this hallway, did you what did you roll on your investigation check?
Come on, baby, don't fail me. Fail. 1.
You notice no... Oh, there's Sadie. Worth, going ahead, you notice nothing in particular that's very suspicious. You're treading along until...
I noticed nothing in particular that is suspicious.
You feel something shift. You feel something shift under your foot.
Something is shifted under my foot.
You've stepped on a pressure plate. You realize it a half second too late, and from the wall you hear a. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Hey, baby.
24.
You jump back as this gigantic blade passes centimeters from your face, and you didn't even realize that the walls here and further on are vaulted, and what comes down is these massive pendulum blades. Just and you see there are several of them beyond this one too. Beyond this one, about every 6 feet, there's another pendulum blade for quite a bit. There's at least 4 of them you can see.
Yeah, good job, Worth. How do you reckon we are going to get through this?
Oh, if we time ourselves correctly and just watch for the things, we should be okay. So
yeah, I think that's going to work.
Step.
So are all of them swinging, or just the first one?
All of them have, at the same instant, began to swing, each one opposite the other, kind of like.
While Worth is trying to step through all this, I want to just chill for 5 minutes to see if they start to lose momentum.
You guys just stand there. If they do not lose momentum, they have been set in motion, and as if they were intended to just keep going when triggered.
How far does Worth get in 5 minutes?
Worth, do you want to time it and step past this thing?
Yes.
Make a dexterity check.
Okay. Hmm. 7.
You wait, and then attempt to cross, but you get past it, but not before it slashes at you, and you receive 4 points of slashing damage.
You're doing great, Warith. Just keep going.
3 more to go.
Yeah.
You can do it.
You have the rest of you. Do you guys attempt to get past as well?
No,
Nope.
I'm
We're
waiting.
gonna wait until he gets up past to see if they stop.
Yeah, I bet very much that there's some sort of shut off. Just have fun cleaning up your meth, Wareth.
So you're into the you're through the looking glass now, Worth. What are you gonna do?
I gotta keep going, I guess.
Another dex throw.
13.
That passes. This next one, you wait and then you gently, lightly step past it.
Hey guys, nothing to it. Just a few, skin cells. You don't need all of them.
Yeah, you're doing great. Keep going.
At this point, you can see that there are 3 left before it ends.
Here we go. I
This
keep
is
going.
this is about the halfway point of the hallway. Another dex throw.
9.
You make it again across, but it makes contact with you. This blade, dealing 7 slashing damage.
Can you hand me the actual dice? Okay, there's 2 more left, right?
There's 2 more left. A dex throw for the next one.
Pendulum blade. Sounds
19.
awesome.
Ooh.
19. You gracefully step past, lightly, light as a dancer, as it behind you, and 1 more.
Unnatural 20.
And the last one, you pirouette just past it, gracefully landing as it continues to spin, but you wait for just a moment, and you sense them begin to slow.
Good job, hot cheeks. You certainly
job.
did well.
Yeah.
And they actually the blades are actually ratcheted up back into their original spots in the vaulting of the wall.
So there was the pressure plate. I will not step on that, and I will just hop over and then walk down the hallway.
You simply do not walk on the pressure plate and walk down the hallway. And it's easy as pie.
And I smack Worth on the butt. You did well.
I really should hit you for that.
You'll probably get your
Why?
chance later, but how about we don't do
I
that?
gave you a sincere compliment. What is the problem here?
You and your face.
You are more than halfway down the hallway now. And continuing on, Worth, are you still taking points to ensure or attempt to
Sure.
ensure the
Why?
safety
Why
of
not?
everybody? All right, for
I want to
third quarter.
use one of the tearful. Well, outside of combat, so I want to use worms and dirt.
Ah, yes. Go ahead. What do the worms and dirt heal again? That's a.
1d20.
Oh, I did a big realize earlier, and I'm like, hey, that should just be 2d10, shouldn't it? And it should, because that's
Okay.
better because it has a minimum of 2 hit points. So roll 2d10.
$14, which is enough to put me back to full health.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You feel better.
You feel good.
Boy, that worms and dirt really does the trick for you.
Yeah, good thing that we used the last of them, though.
You
Let's
pack
see.
it into your wound sites, and you're better.
Nope, we still have one more left. That was second to
I
last.
have one
Hey!
left too.
Oh, you got 2
Not-
left, guys.
Not only does that disgust you, it also disgusts me. It also
Natural healing,
just,
baby.
it's not though. It's not. It's not even remotely helpful in any way, shape, or form. You're just like,
It's a special kind of dirt from a special place, and it's got
What,
healing.
a worm's
The
butt?
worm's butt.
It's got healing properties, and these worms are little bit akin to leeches in actually how they function.
you
Maggots?
can't convince me. You can't convince me. It's just disgusting.
Well, they worked for Worth and his worms, and you and his crickets, and it's all bugs.
Anyway,
Don't say, hey, the thing that you're doing, stop it.
All right, make an investigation roll for the rest of the thing.
But do it with disadvantage because you packed live worms into a wound.
No, it's good for you.
I should almost do it with advantage because I was so smart. You said investigation?
Yes.
Confidently incorrect.
15.
You see no traps here. However, you look and you see in the wall what appears to be a stone that is different from the rest of them.
The stone's different from the rest of them.
Neat.
Can I look at the
Take it.
stone and see what makes it different?
Yes, investigate me, Mirwin.
Oh, Ian, we discovered that it's not actually Mariah and Carrie that are twins. It's Nick and
See.
Carrie. Should I say that they're both the middle children? They have two siblings that are the opposite sex of them. They are both moved to Manhattan to be with somebody that they married. They both have depression and anxiety. They both are writers. They both are married to people who I would say are slightly more aggressive than they are.
We both play
Um,
D&D.
Yeah, they're both.
We're both
nerds.
advanced nerds.
Yes.
Advanced nerd. So we're twins.
Wait, I was.
It's coming together, man. It's
Both
coming together.
came from a very small town compared to Manhattan.
Yep.
You're both sexy as sin.
Oh yeah.
Well, I can't argue with that.
That's
They
right.
are.
Yeah, that's right. We are.
Okay, so
Oh yeah.
13. Should I do a investigation or should I do the history thing? Because I have the stone cutting.
Oh yeah, stone cutting. Yeah, roll that with advantage.
Ooh.
25.
There's a secret door there. It's the kind of stone that happens when there's a secret door.
That's good.
There's a secret door.
How do we open it? I push on the stone.
Let the one that speaks with stone do it, Warth.
Pushing
Yes.
on
Stone
it,
whisperer.
nothing happens when you push on it. You, however, know that it takes a gentler touch with these things. You need to put both hands on, pull back slightly, and then push in gently.
Like that. Boris.
And then
Excuse me for not being a rock whisperer.
the door, a portion of the rock beside that stone descends into the ground, and there's a dark room beyond.
Hey, Beer, with your torch, what's in there? Shed some light on the situation.
You toss the torch, and what you see
Not
is
on me.
actually there's a step, just a few steps down, and the torch lands and illuminates, a room full with a few of the local fauna. Nothing too.
I thought this pendulum blade was a long staircase out in an abyss with a platform at the end of it. And I was like,
Huh.
oh no.
It
It's
does
a
kind of
pendulum
look
blade.
horizontal.
Swings like that.
Hi,
And
Sadie.
We're right here. Are we gonna walk?
yeah, a few of the local flora, the mushrooms and mushroom trees, but there is a chest in there.
I run and grab it, and then I run back out.
Without doing any investigation at all, you run in there, grab it, and well, thank goodness it wasn't trapped because you didn't check.
That's gonna
It
make
works so
fun.
good the first time. Here, Worth, do your thing.
I check this for traps.
Investigation.
Oh yes, I forgot. We were playing D&D. 13.
It's not trapped.
This is not trapped. And now I pick the lock.
All right, roll sleight of hand for the pick.
Ooh. It's 17 plus all the other things, so.
Very nice. Without much effort or time, you slip your picks in there, maneuver the tumblers around, and click the lock. Opening up the lid, there are 2 items inside. Identical ingots of metal.
What kind of metal do I know?
Roll Arcana.
Turn it to Mirwin.
Do you want to come check out this metal?
Ooh.
No, I'm quite happy just holding the chest and not touching it until we know what it is.
In total, it's a 20.
Okay, Mirwin, you roll it as well, with advantage.
He's got to go
Just
get
a second.
That was really dumb.
20, not natural.
Yeah, it's absolutely face steel. Two
Ooh.
ingots
both
of
rolled
pure
seven.
face steel.
Oh, did we?
Unnatural 20s. We both look at each other and say it in unison.
Face steel.
That was weird.
Are you guys married or something?
And tomorrow is our anniversary.
Hey,
Oh yeah,
congratulations.
congratulations.
Not in the game.
Yeah, in the game, you're weird.
You're weird. Puny little prince.
Stubby little.
Anyway, this is face steel. There's 2 of them. You can have one, and I can have one, and they could be like best friend trinkets.
Or not. And I reach in and take one of the ingots.
You don't
Oh,
want to just.
yeah, true. I'm not your best friend.
Yeah, it's
Here, Bew, you take it.
it's got a nice
No.
heft.
I will have the chest, thank you.
The chest is pretty small, and mostly metal. Yeah,
When
the
they
ingot
stash
is-
the ingots, I throw the chest back in the room because I don't want that crap.
clunk, 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 clunk. And so the ingot it's got a nice weight to it, but it's not too heavy, and it's got this glimmering luster to it. It's quite alluring, in fact.
It's so beautiful.
That right there is what I am talking about.
It looks like me.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. You are doing nothing but furthering my suspicions about this cursed metal.
Touch it, War. Bew, whoever you are.
No, I am not going to touch you or your
Face steel
cursed
wants you to love it. Love the face steel.
Uh-huh. And I'm just gonna hold my staff out so that if he approaches me, it's gonna poke him in the chest.
So, Worth took one, and I took the other.
Oh yeah, I need to put that in my dealing jiggers.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
You're nearly at the end of the hallway now, 3/4 of the way down. Do you continue?
Yes, but not before checking for traps.
Roll me investigation.
12.
You don't see any traps. In fact, it appears the rest of the way down the hallway is clear, and the air around you grows ever more silent and still.
Do we reach the end?
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel.
Tunnel. I'm sorry. Okay.
You guys are weird.
Under the mountain.
It's, anyways. I was actually thinking that earlier.
So,
You guys
yeah, we continue.
The hallway ends, and there's a turn, and then it widens, and you see a massive door, many feet high. And before the door, there is a circle, lit barely in blue, and in the middle, a figure kneels,
No.
sword in hand, knelt in waiting. Across its back, there's a staff. It is armored on its chest in a golden, lustrous armor. More pieces of armor stick throughout its vined form. And it sits and it looks up at you.
I load my crossbow and ready.
Please let us pass, sir.
I shoot it.
It picks up its sword and roll initiative.
Secret guardian. Secret 3.
11.
18.
Yeah, well, these gummy bears are made with real fruit juice.
Those are the ones that give you diarrhea, aren't they?
Not yet.
The Haribo.
No.
Eat
Is
all
there-
of them.
The keeper
Black
dashes
horse.
at you.
Huge
Great
bag.
sword at the ready. And he strikes out with it.
Well, that's not
Ah,
very
so
nice.
first. All right, cool.
And the sword comes at you, Mirwin. Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
He slices at you with it. And he deals to you 8 slashing damage.
Rude.
Down to what is raging? Rules on raging. You're not.
It's like a minute. So you can
Yeah.
only do it at a certain
You are
time. And if we've been walking
1
through
minute,
it,
10
for a while.
rounds.
You're currently not you're not raging,
No.
so you take all 8 points of slashing damage.
Not yet, but I will be in a second.
You get real angry, and it takes a second attack and lunges its blade toward you. Does a 14 hit?
No.
Sorry, no. The second attack was a lunge at Bu.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Sorry.
14 does hit.
14. That does a. That deals. Sorry, this guy's got a lot of stuff. Seven piercing damage to you, as its sword bites out at you. That is its turn, and when next in the initiative, it is Mirwin.
I'm going to swing my
Grumpy.
axe at it because I'm grumpy and raged. And
Going
I
into-
rolled a 24.
Yeah, going into a rage doesn't take an action, does it?
It's bonus, I think.
Yeah, as
Okay.
a bonus action. You
Okay,
can
then
encourage.
so you take your bonus action first, and then you roll and you hit that hits.
24. And I do 13 damage.
13 damage. You do a big good strike with your axe at its toward its side, but it as your axe strikes at it, it pushes part of it away with its sword. And you said 13?
Does it have defensive duelist?
It's got various abilities. So you catch it for some damage, but then it ching with its long sword pushes your axe back out of alignment.
Rude.
Ho ho ho. Sadie's grumping at me.
And then it is Worth's turn next.
Oh, is it?
Shoot him in the face.
How close am I to?
You all three rounded the corner and kind of stood equidistant from him. You're no more than 10 feet.
Okay, so I want to back up, I guess.
Okay, you can use your movement to
Yeah.
back up to the wall.
Yeah, and then I want to fire a crossbow at him.
You
Shoot him
may
in
do
the
it.
face.
You may do it.
I guess I'm not. I need to get rid of these.
And it's a 14.
Does not hit.
Mm.
So your bolt flies wide and clatters off the wall behind him.
I missed.
Bew, you're up.
I'm going to punch him. Whole lotta. I'd like to use my movement to flank with Merwin.
Okay.
First hit is going to be a 24.
Hit.
Stunning strike using a key point. Con save of 13.
He saves.
Dip. Dip dang Daru. 6 points of damage. Second strike is going to be an 18.
Hit.
Max damage at 9. Flurry of blows is going to be the first attack being 17.
Does not hit.
AC of 18.
Wow.
Really high.
And
Stupid
second
final
attack
boss.
blows is going to miss.
What was the roll on the last one?
It's gonna miss. It was a 9 plus 5, which would be 14.
Okay, yep, it missed. I need to know the numbers for one of his abilities. Yeah, that's you deal a good amount of damage with your blows, and he takes a couple of blows and backwards. And it's back to the top. It is his turn. He takes a step back and sets his blade to the ground and does this great pirouette, sending a shower of sparks flying, and this huge sweeping greatsword attack against the two that he's the two of you that he is engaged with, Bew and Mirwin. Please roll me dex saving throws.
You got it. 19.
And
Yeah, just a second. I saw a thing earlier, and I have to re-find it.
Bew, you duck out of the way, doing a little like a phew, and his sword flies over your head.
Eat my butt.
Sorry. Just a second.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there it is. I have advantage on dex saving throws against effects I can see.
Ah, then yes. Go ahead and roll with advantage.
20. Not
Sorry, what was
natural.
I didn't hear it.
20.
Oh, okay, 20. Yeah, you back out just out of the way where you can bang with your sword, and neither of you get hit. However, he will. That's one attack. He will recover and bring his blade to bear once again with a hefty pommel strike at Mirwin. And does a 21.
Eh.
And that will deal. That's 9 bludgeoning damage.
Halved.
Then that would be 9, 4, I guess, rounding down. Yep, 4 bludgeoning damage.
I don't like this guy.
I think
What's
we
that?
should kill him.
What's that bring you down to, Mirwin?
41.
Oh, now you're at my full health.
So it's worth. Bew, you're down to, I think, the what, 30?
5.
35. Okay. And it's Mirwin's turn.
All right, I'm going to hit him with my hammer again. Or not my hammer. I'm
You
going to
don't-
hit him with my axe again.
You lost
Oh,
your
I
hammer.
don't like that.
Lost,
Try it again.
sounds like you had a deep and intimate relationship with this hammer, and losing it was almost akin to losing a loved one.
First is a 16.
That does not hit.
Bastard.
He slaps your strike away with his sword.
And the next is a 15.
Again, he
Doesn't work
is
either.
too much of a duelist for you. Slaps the axe head as it comes for him. Wareth, it's back to you.
I shoot him again. Ooh. And it's a 25.
That's a big hit. Give me some damage.
Kill.
And I get sneak attack.
You get sneak.
Okay, so
Sneak,
there's
sneak.
7 damage from that. Plus plus 10, so that's 17.
Ooh. Good deal.
Dang.
Shooting his dumb wooden face.
Very nice. Back to you, Bew.
Am I still flanking with Mirwin?
Yeah.
I punch him. 21.
Hit.
Key point to stunning strike.
Natural 20.
Dang, poop. 6 points of damage. Second attack. 14. No, 16.
Does not hit.
One singular strike. Hold on. Yeah, one singular strike.
Okay.
11.
11 does not hit.
That's it. That's my
Top
turn.
initiative, it is the Keeper. He will make a slashing attack toward Bew. And does
Bring it on.
16 hit.
Yeah, it hits.
With a 7 slashing damage. And the second attack will be on Mirwin.
Can you hear her?
Yeah.
A little.
Mirwin. Natural 20
Oh,
Oh, no.
rude. No, that doesn't hit.
with a lunge as you deal a 20. That is 23 piercing damage.
Oh, dude.
Oh.
And you can have that, but what is half?
20 or
11 or 12.
11.
11.
All right, 11 piercing damage it is then.
Ooh, that's bad.
He takes that and it slams aside your shield, and you feel steel against your armor, and you feel some blood leak out of your arm, and then he pulls it back, and it is your turn now, Mirwin.
I am going to
die in your
Wait,
arms.
my axe. Actually, I still have that halberd with me, right?
Yeah, it would take an action to switch weapons.
I'm going to use one action to switch weapons to the halberd.
All right, yeah, you got that halberd.
And then I'm going to attack him.
All right, make an attack with that halberd against him.
15.
Does not hit. So you whip that thing out, and
Yeah.
changing up your style, you go for this long strike with reach, and he gets out of the way and kind of follows it through with his sword. Worth, it is your turn, Mr. Crossbow Shooting Man.
I'm going to shoot him again. And 19.
That hits.
Yeah.
Roll damage.
And 5 damage plus plus 11 equals 16.
Very nice. You sink another crossbow bolt, and it goes. It actually pierces through his armor.
Oh.
And it's Bew's turn.
Punched
I
again
think he
3
died
times.
yet.
Am I still flanking?
Yes.
Don't you people ever die?
20, not natural.
Hit.
Stunning strike.
Oh, just saves 14.
This pizza. All right. 8 points of damage on the first one.
I'm going to. You get in the block, but he muscles in and knocks your fist away. He takes some damage. Sorry, what was the damage number?
8.
But it's very little. It's very limited damage that you did.
Did he use resistance? My goodness. I can only imagine. All right, I still have 2 more punches that I'm going to do on him. Natural 20.
Ah, very good.
Roll high. That would be 8 plus 3, 11 points of damage. Stunning strike. Last key point.
Before stunning strike, however, you get this last punch in, and this one deals harder than the last one. But still, he muscles in and is able to reduce it somehow. So your hit wouldn't have been quite as bad. And stunning strike. Oh, the dice are so hot. I'm sorry. He saved.
It's all right. Final singular punch. As my bonus action, that would be 23.
Yep. Roll me some damage.
Max damage. That'll be 9 points.
It is back to the top of the initiative. The keeper casts aside his sword. And from his back, he pulls a staff, whirling it.
Oh, it's about to get hinky.
Whirling it at two of you. At Bew. And Bew and Mirwin. I need both of you to make dex saving throws.
You've got it. Oh, he is at 69 damage. Ah, 7.
And Mirwin?
15.
Mirwin, you're able to get back and put your shield enough that the staff strikes it and misses you, but Bew, it's straight in the chest. You take 9 bludgeoning damage. You are knocked all the way back to the wall next to Warith. You are knocked prone, and you are stunned for the next turn.
I just want to pet you. Just let me love you, cat.
And it's Mirwin.
I'm going to swing my halberd wildly at his head.
And he has been knocked away, so no flanking, but go ahead and roll that halberd attack.
What? My first one was a 10.
That does not hit. But when you make that swing, he catches it on his sword, pirouettes, and slashes immediately at you. When you make that attack, does a 15 hit?
Yes.
You take 8 down to 4 slashing damage.
But my second attack was a 12.
And that one misses. Worth.
Okay. It's down. No. I shoot him.
Okay.
Shoot him in the
And
face.
that's a 17.
Does not hit.
Mm.
Your crossbow bolt flies clang into the metal door beyond. You are stunned.
Well, okay, yeah. No. Do I get advantage because he's engaged with her?
Advantage.
No, because I'm not flanking him.
No, but you would have gotten
Only on
sneak
the
attack damage, but
right. Okay.
but not advantage. Bew is stunned and it's back to the top.
Shake off my stand. Shake off my stand.
With his staff, he brings a heavy blow towards you, Mirwin. Does a 12 hit?
No.
He will follow it. He misses that, but he brings a heavy-handed strike upward at you. Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
Dealing 4 down to 2 bludgeoning damage. And his staff comes back around with a strike to your side. Does an 18 hit?
Yes.
He deals 9 bludgeoning damage, down to 4.
Make me angry.
And with this, and after that, he comes back in with an elbow strike, and does a 14 hit.
Yes.
And that one does 2 down to 1 bludgeoning damage.
That's what I get for not having my shield.
Oh yeah, that attack would have missed. All right, and it's Mirwin. It's your turn.
I'm going to swing at a stupid face.
What hit points did I get you down to, Mir?
I'm down to 19.
Okay.
My first hit is a 21.
Hits.
And damage is a 9.
Yeah, you do a good deal with your axe into one of its limbs. With this, you hear a chop, and several wood chips go flying.
My second is a 18.
That hits.
And damage on that is a 15.
15 damage.
Or no, 13 damage, sorry.
Whoa, still that's spicy damage.
And also I'm going to do a menacing attack.
Ha ha!
So he has to do a wisdom saving throw of a 16.
He saved.
Ah. On
This guy.
a failed save, it is frightened of you until the end of your next turn.
On a failed, well, no, he did. He succeeded on the save.
Yeah,
Okay.
She's just saying what would have happened.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that it's a good ability, but like the guy is just not failing saves tonight.
Stupid. That's part of the reason I wanted to use the halberd, because I wanted to try that.
It's a cool ability. It's a good ability. Warith?
I'll shoot him again. Oh. 11.
Does not hit. And it's Bew. You're back in action, up against the wall. You kind of You're a little bit shaken. You are prone.
I'd like to get up from prone, taking half my movement. How far away from him is he?
You're about 10 feet. Maybe 12
well,
feet.
Can't use my feet for that.
Mm. Your feet use your feet. Name that beast feet.
Because I have to dash as my action. That is a bonus. I mean, unless you would allow me to use my action to dash.
I don't see why not. I will say yes.
All right, then I'm going to use my charger feet to charge him with my fists, and then my bonus action, I am going to attack him. Flanking.
If you're getting around to the side.
Yeah. Using my movement to use my charger.
Yeah.
17.
Does not hit.
Yep. All right.
So
that's all I can do.
You kind of come in at a, and he ducks out of the way of it. Just sidles out of the way. It's back to the top of the initiative. The keeper. You see a glow begin to emanate from his armor, like a.
Great.
He leaps into the air faster than any of you could possibly get an attack of opportunity on him. Leaps behind you two and into a distance of a few feet of all of you. Strikes the ground, and this huge shockwave just rocks the world around you. It in your ears. It's like a ball. It's like an avalanche. And I need everybody to make Constitution saving throws.
Constitution saving throw. That will be a 14.
25.
8.
Mira, when you hunker down with your shield and though it rocks you, you take no damage from this. However, Bu, you take 7 force damage.
Force damage. Vader. Mhm.
And Warith, you take 16 force damage.
I finally take damage, but dang it.
Yeah, get in there. Coward man.
Face. Okay.
And he is in the midst of all of you now. But none of you are engaged with him.
What the heck?
And it's Mirwin's turn.
Engage with him.
I'm going to
You could use your
engage.
to stay 10 feet away from him so he can't just hit you.
I'm going to try to strike him with my halberd.
Okay. And that thing has got reach too. Don't forget.
Yeah. My first one was 14.
Does not hit.
CD rolled a natural 20.
Good job, Sadie.
Does that count for anything?
My second was also a 14.
Oh, no hits. You whirl this halberd about deftly, but he with his staff works it away, and with 2 ping ping. So you do not connect. Warith, shaken up by this shockwave, what do you do?
How close is he to me?
About 6 feet, 7 feet.
I take out my rapier. On guard! And I attack him with my little pokey poke.
All right, Russian attack. Give me a roll.
That sounded wrong.
There's no advantage on the roll, unfortunately.
Natural 20.
Ah! Roll me damage.
Woo!
And no sneak, unfortunately.
Yeah, fair enough. But I get, so that was a 7. And that's double to 14?
Correct.
Yeah, so I do 14.
Very nice. Bu.
All right, stepping up.
Bu,
Going
my
to
man.
take 3 whole punches at him from the other side as Vorth, so that I'm flanking and getting that sweet, sweet bonus. 10.
That first, you
Yeah,
whiff,
it's a
you
10.
whiff hard with that first one, and instantly he picks up on it and thunks you with his staff. Does a 16 hit,
Yes, it hits.
and he deals 10 bludgeoning damage to you.
Jesus H. Christ. Okay. Next hit is going to be a 22.
22, that hits.
For 5 damage. Final hit is going to be a 20, not natural,
Hit.
for 8 damage. That is
Very
my
nice.
turn.
You got up. You guys have gotten to him now. He's moving a little bit more slowly, still determined and strong, but There are chunks missing from his limbs and torso of wood. You see exposed wood and sap running. But he takes his staff, swings back this way. The first at Warth with a 22, dealing 3, dealing 11 bludgeoning damage.
I uncanny dodge to have it.
Oh, all right. So let's see, there was 11.
Mhm.
So, and I guess 5. Since we round down 5. Second strike will be at Bu. Does a 14 hit?
A 14 hits exactly.
He comes for you with a. You take 4 bludgeoning damage.
Bu is down.
Oh, guys!
I didn't realize you were that low.
I was at 2 hit points.
Rush to his side. No, I'm not saying anything. And that's his turn. It's Mirwin.
How many nightshades does he have left?
On my body? I'm down. You don't
In your
know.
bag?
Just attack it. I don't know.
You don't know. I'm down.
What do you have? No.
Use unconscious.
Bu's down. You don't know what he has in his bag. He's been hoarding stuff.
That's true.
This is really interesting now. I like how this is going.
Holding myself back from saying words.
I know.
No matter right now.
This-
No matter.
I said I'm
No
holding
matter.
myself back.
Mirwin, what do you do?
Where is his bag compared to?
It's lying right next to him, less than a foot away.
It's over me.
Just-
I
is it on him?
Yeah,
on
it's
his
on me.
person. Yeah, it is directly on his person.
Speaking of
Can-
things dying, my computer.
Can I go to his bag and pull out a nightshade?
You can
Yeah.
use your. You're not far, so use part of your movement to get up there. You can take one action to retrieve the nightshade and another to apply it.
Okay, I will do that.
You put the nightshade near to his wounds. And I believe he needs to make a death saving throw because this takes a few seconds.
That would be a 6. I fail 1 death saving
You
throw.
have failed one of 3 death saving throws. Mirwin, roll
Put everything
a
in.
D8. Roll a
What?
D8.
D8. A 3.
You are stabilized and have 1 hit point.
Oh man, I wanted to keep filling this out.
Oh, I'm sorry. It barely pulls you over the brink.
I'm sorry. I tried to save you.
That's all of your actions. You don't have anything for bonus?
Is that
Just
because
making
that
sure.
took 2 actions?
That's your 2 actions.
then
you
yeah,
still have
that's
move
it.
use. Okay. Then it's Warth.
Well, I guess all that's left to do is just stab at this monster. And I attack him. And it's a 21.
Hit.
Fine. I think I was really hoping that wasn't going to miss, and this was all a waste of my time. 6 damage. And no one's engaged with him, right? No one's flanking him.
No one's engaged, or
Nothing.
well, no, Mirwin's not technically engaged. She's scrabbling around the ground with Bu.
I'm about to die now because he's going to kill me.
What are you down to? Oh, 20.
That's your turn?
Yeah, I don't have extra hits.
All right, it's Bew.
Coming back
good.
up from unconsciousness,
You
I
have
am
just
going to. I want to attack him more, but I should probably heal. So I'm going to reach into my bag and pull out another nightshade, and throw it onto my body. After getting up and moving back a little bit more.
Okay, yeah, you can use movement to do that. Roll me d8.
5. Oh, it's 5.
Oh, 5. Okay,
Sorry, didn't know you were waiting on me.
you're good. All right, is that your turn?
Um, I'm so conflicted. I want to go punch him more. Yeah, screw it. With my bonus action, I'm gonna run up and I'm going to punch him.
Okay.
One time. Can I flank?
In your condition, in your condition, you just scrambled up from the ground, put healing on. I'm gonna say you don't have the position to skillfully flank right now.
Black or white?
Black.
14.
Does not hit you. You're just too weak to make it. It is Keeper's turn. And he turns his eyes to Wareth, who just dealt a hearty blow.
All right.
And 5 to hit.
How many hit points?
Natural 20.
Oh no.
It was nice knowing you guys.
You got uncanny dodge.
Yeah, so it'll only be a normal attack, not his doubled.
He rolled. You take 10. He rolled a max damage. So 10 plus with the bonus. You take 13.
and that's after it's halved.
That's after it's halved.
13. Okay.
Yeah. So it's 13 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, I need to mark off a tearful nightshade use.
It's Murwin.
Do something.
Wait, no, hold on. That was just one of his attacks.
Oh, well. Goodbye.
He's gonna hit you again. So he comes back with the other side of the staff. Does an 8 hit?
No. Thank goodness. I was about to die.
And swings right over your head. It's Mirwin.
Does a 21 hit?
Yes. Roll damage.
Good. I'm gonna hit him in the face. My stupid axe. 10.
How do you want to do this?
Oh,
You got him.
I
Jesus.
take my halberd, I pirouette and take off his head.
You do that. Wow.
Ugh. And then I fall to the ground exhausted.
Oh,
I was
he
at 7.
collapses. Yeah,
One
baby.
more.
If that last hit had, if he had hit you that time, that would have been bad.
Yeah.
How many hit points did he have?
All of them.
Apparently.
I can calculate.
He had a
unless-
lot, and he had several. He had a maneuver. He didn't have damage reduction, but he had a maneuver that he did that reduced damage several times.
Mhm.
And
We noticed.
yeah, I don't know if I can reveal all of the things about this guy yet.
He had roughly 120 hit points. Roughly.
Yeah, you're in ballpark there.
And
we
now
had him
that
at 9 before I summed it all up, and then we did 9, 13, 14, 5, 8, 10.
We're gonna take a long rest now.
I'm
One or
loot the
two.
body.
Oh yeah, loot the body. I'm gonna loot the
We're
crap out of
taking
it.
all of his gold.
So on the
His
body,
sword.
everybody roll investigation.
20. 20.
20.
I also got a 20.
I rolled a 10 because I suck.
So on his body there is there's the breast piece. You see woven into some of his hands are more golden jewelry. Near beside him lay his longsword and his staff. This staff is gorgeous. It's like twisted wood with steel spikes, banded spikes at both ends, a nice grip.
Somebody who uses a staff.
Is this a wishy wishy wizard staff or like a swing swang
It's
monkey staff?
it's the shape and size of a quarterstaff, and it's gorgeous wood, like gnarled, almost like Thicket's staff, like it was almost grown organically. And it's a beautiful instrument.
I'm picking off jewels from his fingers and tossing them to Worth. Yeah. And then can I
Mirwin,
look at this staff?
yeah, just a second. Mirwin, with your 20, you find a ruby gemstone
Ooh.
that was inside of his branches. Examining the staff. Examining the staff, you find it's a rather nice staff. Yeah, it's a dark oak looking wood. Like I said, kind of gnarled. At each end, there's a band of steel wrapped around it, darkish steel, and out of it are several spikes. And then again, it's capped with steel on both ends, and there's a single spike jutting out of each end of the staff, like for jabbing and punching. And then the grip in the middle is some kind of leather. It seems to be some kind of leather.
Mirwin, and I'm like holding it by the leather, not touching the metal bits. Can you tell me what kind of metal is on the ends of this thing?
Roll the metal check. You know the one.
17.
Is it an Uber face steel?
It's regular steel, well forged, kind of blackened, and it's ancient, but it's steel.
You're in luck. It's not hinky.
Oh, very good. Very
It's
good.
just regular steel.
Can I give it a test out? And like swing it around a little bit.
It's unbelievably well balanced. Like, it feels great in the hands.
How are those jewels forth? As I like put it on my back.
How are these jewels?
And Worth, you two kind of together find a decent amount more gold and some silver, rings and such, and jewels, and as well in upon his corpse.
I take them and put them in the bag.
Yeah, you guys have a fairly decent haul by this point.
We have a lot of stuff.
What do you do?
We take a long rest.
And you will spend this whole, you'll take a long rest, which will be the whole night of this next day. So, because you are absolutely beat down.
You think God hates us?
No, God loves you. That's why you feel this way, actually. It's the other thing.
We're still
No,
alive.
I don't think that any sort of god is pulling the strings, and if there is one god that is pulling strings, I certainly don't believe that he likes, dislikes, loves, hates, has been throwing things in front of us. This is the path we have chosen to walk. We are
I think
walking
God
it.
hates us.
I
As
don't
we're
think
laying there, and I'm just looking up at the ceiling and blackness. And
If anything, it is certainly becoming more and more interesting, don't you think? We are walking the path of true adventurers, diving into deep dungeons, fighting unspeakable, horrible monsters, and succeeding, coming away with our lives, with the loot. This is
adventure would be picking the pockets of wealthy people. A beautiful, bustling city where no one could spot you. We're just crawling deeper and deeper into our own tomb.
This is exactly the kind of thing that you would find in a storybook of heroes and princesses and treasure and chests hidden away in dark corners. It is perfect. It is exactly the kind of thing that I came looking for, minus all of the heebie-jeebie
The
corrupt.
death and pain.
Well, I don't care too much about that. You
I don't
know,
like pain.
what other thing will make you feel alive other than
Bay steel?
staring? No, not that. Certainly not that. I have had it up to here with all the face steel, and we're only going to get deeper into it.
You need to figure out what the helm does before we come across any more keepers. Maybe it controls them. Would have been handy.
During my long rest, I meditate.
Yeah, you meditate for an hour, at least. Just kind of concentrating on this helm. And you feel something inside of you. You feel kind of connected to it, like you're forming a connection to it somehow, like it's opening up something inside of you that you haven't felt before.
This helm is opening up things inside of me that I haven't felt before.
Like.
Do you like men now?
Maybe. I don't know. Come over here, Butte.
I was gonna say like happiness and kindness.
Don't be ridiculous.
No, I will not be walking that experimental road with you. You will have to wait until we get back up to the surface, and then you can go talk with Thicket or whoever.
I look over at Butte and wink.
While he's meditating on his helm, I want to inspect that face steel rod that I found.
Oh, the probe from way back then. Yeah, it's so.
Because I never really paid attention to it, other than
it's hard to divine its purpose, but you kind of get the sense that it's like it might be a medical instrument of some sort.
It's a probe.
Come here, Worth. Let me poke you with this.
Yeah, he's into that kind of thing now.
After your rest is over, you actually notice lying not far from you guys. You had just slept. You were so tired you slept all through and did not notice it. There's a key there, a large one though. It must have fallen off his corpse.
I pick it up and put it in my bag and be like, "Hey, we found a key."
Hey.
And as you look at the immense door, that huge metal door just opposite you on the chamber, it looks like it accepts that large key.
Well,
Are we going to keep going?
let's open the door. First, I check for traps.
Roll investigation.
You, Bella, you smell terrible. She farted. God. It's a 5.
Oh, that's not very good.
You don't see any traps.
Ain't no
Oh,
traps
it
here.
reached me now.
Wasn't that?
You approach the door.
I put the key in.
And the door opens. Inside, there is a massive cave chamber. And it will be somewhat upside down from this, since you're entering it from the other way. And you see what basically is this, but in the dark. Oh, come on, close. Come on. I need you to send this file, please. I'm going to send something to the Hangouts then.
Okay.
Change. Ooh.
Jane the Sadie.
It's basically this chamber, except much darker. However, within it, there are many banks of bioluminescence, but the center of this chamber is a raised stone platform with several levels. All about beneath it is water. And as you enter, what you see is what looks like in front of you a bridge made of pure light. It shines in the darkness.
How long is this bridge?
That's about 10, 15 feet, maybe, 15 feet across.
Okay, I jumped the gap.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the hinkiest thing I think I've ever seen.
You're right!
Roll athletics.
Natural 1.
16 actually.
Yeah, you leap it and land firmly on the other side without having touched the light.
I want to investigate this bridge to see if it's solid.
Yeah, absolutely. Just go ahead, roll investigation.
21.
Yeah, it doesn't take much effort to find out that you just approach it and kind of poke it with your toe, and somehow it's solid, although it's transparent.
I walk across it because I'm a bad mamma jamma.
You do this easily.
I follow.
And I go up to Bew. Ooh.
Yeah, you can stay away with your magic fingers.
You are on the first level of this platform, and it is, as in the picture, empty.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
I'm gonna take out the new staff.
I want to look around. For
What are you looking for?
traps.
Oh, for traps.
Traps or things.
Okay,
Anything
investigate.
out of the ordinary. Six.
Well, there's really not much here that you see. There's that staircase carved into the stone on the right side. Each level is about 6 feet higher than the one previous.
I go up to the next level.
You guys follow him? All right, you arrive on the next level, and once again, it is empty, bare rock in the dark. And there's not much here, and all you see is that last stair up the last 6 feet to that final level.
Do we hear anything?
You hear the sounds of the cave, the dripping, drip, drip, drip of water here and there. You hear this faint splashes of fish in the water and the little creaks from frogs here and there. But you hear nothing else.
It certainly seems like something would be here.
So you're done.
Bella's growling at the window.
Growling at the window.
I will go up to the last level.
I gotta wait for James for this.
You will
I
be
also
off
will go
the
up the
edge
last
of
level.
something.
And then I'm on the last level.
There was Bowser.
It's Bowser. He was a dragon, kind of.
Is that a turtle or something?
He was a turtle dragon. You don't know, after that toad thing we found. Hey, Nick. What was the name of the toad thing we found?
It was called a noxious toad.
Aw, it wasn't a dire toad.
No.
I want to write it down.
Oh yeah, what kind of sword did that dude have?
It was a longsword of darkish steel. Doesn't look too
Just a long sword.
All right. What do you do?
We go up to the 3rd level.
Walk up the 3rd level.
You
And then-
arrive on this. You arrive on the top level, the final level, and what you see is up against that sort of raised rock that forms the back of this platform. You see two things. The first that you notice is there's a dead man, a corpse, slumped back against the rock.
Does he tell any tales?
And in front of him, there is a strange cube. This is a big. In front of him,
I know, I'm sorry.
there's a small, strange cube. It's dark and it looks like there's glass. It's only about this big and cubed. And as you approach it, glows green. You go a little closer and you see that this body holds two things. A knife into which it has plunged into its own heart. Skeletal remains still clutching it. And the shard. And as you see this, you hear a voice. It emits from the cube. And the voice speaks. I feared this day would come. I know why you are here. Your strength must be great, for your presence can only mean you have defeated my allies, those sworn to keep this shard safe and out of the hands of any who would pry it from mine. Not to mention the other perils that this place holds. Yes, you are powerful, and that fact only increases the danger that lies in your taking possession of this shard. If only I could go back. If only I'd had this wisdom to see how foolish we were creating the weapon in the first place. What destruction we would have wrought. Why did we not see it then, how wrong we were? This is why I have spent my years finding them, hiding them away. If the weapon were ever to be reforged, I fear it would mean the end of all things. And now that I have completed my task, I must do the only one thing that can atone for my sins. This is my warning. Turn back! Leave this place and my shard keepers will not harm you. Go home. Live a long, peaceful life. Do not bring this evil to the world again. And the voice stops.
We have. I look at the cube and I look around the room. We have no intention of bringing evil anywhere. We are not here to plunder or use this weapon. We're trying to keep it from those who would wield it and enslave humans. Enslave the world. We're here to hide it because they've learned its location.
The cube does not respond, but at that moment, a fog fills the room, and a voice does appear in response. It says, I know that. And you turn, and there stands the pilgrim before you.
Tinkerbell!
I know that. But my friend here did not. He looks somber, and he sets his lantern down beside him and draws back his hood. And you see a being unlike you have seen before. He has that angular face, those ears that you recognize from the statues, those depictions of the Izid.
I think it's time for some answers now, Pilgrim.
I think, yes, you are right. I'm sure you have many questions, but I wished to wait until now to answer them. But I congratulate you on making it as far as you have, and on proving your virtue. I trust you now.
Thank you. And what does this trust grant us?
The truth. I will tell you the whole story. I have not told it to anyone, not since the cataclysm. The why starts many years ago. The reason that brought you here, beyond many years, eons, even. You see, the Izid, of whom I am, well, now, the last. The Izid once dominated this world. They came here, and they took the lower races, what they thought of as lower, and they performed experiments on them, bent them to their own will, and bent the planet itself to their own will. And I myself am by no means innocent in this. I was part of it. I was a scientist. But I and some of my friends and students, including Keleon here, we felt that it was wrong what we had been doing. And we decided that we were going to do something about it. We decided that it needed to end, the work that the Izid were doing here. They had caused so much destruction to the world already. We synthesized phase steel in order to perform our experiments. And I even had a hand in that myself, but we threw the planet out of balance. You have heard the legends. I know that.
Yes.
They threw the planet out of balance. I was there when it happened. I saw the storms. I was there when we planted the tree, when we raised it using the very phase steel that corrupted the planet. But we raised it. And it did. It did work. It did its job. Balance was restored. It was to be the keeper of harmony, and it was. It worked. But what happened after that? The Aesir went right back to their ways, dominating these, dominating this planet, its people, its animals. Everything was as if it was their property, though they had no right to it, just because they could travel so far for it. So we made a weapon, and we decided it was time for it all to end. A weapon that was to destroy the World Tree. I crafted it myself with help from my students, a staff. But we were found out. Kileon and I and the others. And we battled. We battled at the tree as Kileon and I attempted to destroy it. We thought that in its destruction, the planet would purify itself. Eventually, we knew that we would need to abandon it, and that was what we wanted. Though now I see that we were wrong. I should have found another way, but I did not. It was the most drastic solution I could think of, and I was mistaken. I would have wrought such destruction, as Kileon said. So we fought with the Aesir, and we did much damage. Too much. In this battle, my staff was broken, and its shards cast all across the world. And it was not without consequence to myself or to the Aesir. The Aesir, well, the damage was too great, and they had to withdraw, go back to the place from whence they came. And well, I was doomed. I now live neither here nor there. I'm doomed to wander, eternally living between this place and between the shattered plane. The rift that broke open when the staff was destroyed, it cut as if a knife through fabric. A tear straight in the universe, and I was sucked into it. Afterwards, I figured out how to free myself, but I could only free myself sometimes, and even now I do not always control when or how I enter and leave the shattered plane.
If the staff was reunited, could this tear in this plane be sealed?
I am not sure, but I now know that the staff must be reunited because Keleon and I communed not long after. He was the sole survivor that was unharmed in any way other than I. He remained here while the others fled. So it was only him that was unharmed physically and could still traverse the world. We formulated a plan. We knew that the shards were too dangerous to be left out in the world. And we wished to somehow lock them away, but I could not open the rift at will. So we faced one option. Hide them. Keleon able to traverse the world, we decided that he would find and hide all of the shards, never to be found again. He did his duty, though I wish that it had not come to this end for him. But now, I see that as long as they exist, there will always be those who seek them. There's another part to this story, and it is much of the reason why I am sending you to do what you are doing now. That is, after this, centuries passed, and no one found these shards until one monk began to take an interest in ancient lore and stories, and he collected them. All of these legends he could find from across various civilizations, he found them, collected them, and he found that they had an internal logic or consistency, and he became obsessed with finding the shards. So this monk turned his whole order into a band of warrior monks who were searching the world for these shards. Now, I found them. I appeared to them and begged them not to, but they would not listen to me. And they did not find shards for a long time. But, alas, they found Kaleon's journal, where he detailed some of his findings, his thoughts about the shards and his plans for them. And I know that this group found at least 2 of the shards. They were unsuccessful in the end, though I know not how. Were they defeated from within or by foe? I know not. But they rose up and gained much power in the use of Fey Steel. In essence, they enslaved an enclave of dwarves and forced them to make their weapons and armor for them.
Mm.
They became a formidable war machine. But they ceased. They vanished from the record. But they left behind several tomes. I'm sure you've encountered some of them. In fact, I have seen it.
Yes.
These tomes are this order's journals, their notes on the legends, and their attempts to locate these shards based on Kaleon's journal. But the point is that this is why they must be brought back together again. The staff must be reforged. That is the only way to get rid of it forever, so none may seek it again. And I trust you to do this.
Mm.
How many shards are there?
That is a good question. I was about to ask the same.
There are 5.
And do you know?
You have 1. This is 2. I know not where the others are. For I would have followed Kaleon to the ends of the earth, to the ends of the world. But I could not. I could not control when I left my prison, and I could not find him. Kaleon was lost to me. And it is only now that I find out how he came about his end, and this tragedy. Oh, if only We had the foresight. But we did not.
After we find all of the shards, how would we even reforge them?
Well, you would need to find an incredibly skilled smith. Humans can work with face steel.
Hmm.
It has been done before. I have seen it done. The more skilled the smith, the more likely that the staff can be reforged.
Very well.
I imagine that you would be able to find someone who would be able to do the job. I know not where that person would be found, but in time, I'm sure you could.
And after it is reforged, how would we use it to destroy it or destroy the face steel or undo the damage?
That
We
is a
would-
good question. I was wondering, are we to destroy the world tree, finish your mission as you
Oh no,
wanted?
no! I was wrong, you see. If I were to destroy, if we were to destroy the world tree, all life as we know it would come to an end. The balance would be lost from Sirius, and the sea and sky would no longer be in harmony. It needs to stay. I was wrong in ever wanting to destroy it. Now, we must ensure that it is never destroyed. Those who would use this, there are those now who seek it, though I do not know who they are.
Hmm.
This staff must be brought into my world and locked here. Seal the rift.
Hmm.
But I can only open the portal to you at one location. The World Tree.
Of course.
The place where it all began and ended. It is the only place where I have the power to let you into the Shattered Plane.
Where is the world tree?
That you will have to find using your maps.
I reach up. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So I take it your name's is not actually the Pilgrim. What is your name? Do you have one?
I do not remember.
How old are you?
I do not know. Although I must be. I don't know. I must be 10,000 years old. I don't know. Perhaps more.
I reach around and I grab the shard and I say, "We will do what we have to save the world."
Thank you.
Do I believe him? Oh,
Go ahead and roll insight.
I
just
want to
you
as
know,
well.
just
Yeah,
because.
maybe he's just trying to get us to deliver the shards to him so he can rule the world.
Sadie's being so cute.
I rolled
9.
18.
It
Did
seems that
16.
he is sincere and telling you the truth. It seems like he's relieved to get this off of his chest and to have found, finally, those that will end this forever. He kind of hangs his head as he looks over at Kaleon.
Is there anything we should do for him?
He is at peace. Leave him where he is.
Will we have to fight our way out of here again?
That I do not believe so. I don't know. Something tells me that the keepers will not accost you either way. Keleon said that only if you return without the shard, but I feel differently. I could be wrong, but my senses tell me that you have captured the shard, and they will now bow to you. It is their intention to protect it, but now their directive is ended.
Hmm.
I wish that I could tell you everything. I wish that I had more answers and definite answers, but this is what I know. Please help me put my mistake to right.
We will do what we can.
Yeah.
We must.
I agree.
Well,
He pulls up his hood. Lantern. And the fog swirls about him. And he has disappeared.
looks like we have a lot of work to do.
Yeah. Something that he said has struck true with me. He talked about an order of monks that had imprisoned a group of dwarves. The riders themselves used armor unmarked, but dwarven made, as if they had enslaved some to make their own armor. I have a strong suspicion that the riders are either the next step in that order of monks or had taken up the mantle themselves.
Yes. I
They,
thought the same.
they may have two shards of their own. Should we directly take on this group head on as maybe our next step to find the other two shards?
I think our next step should be getting back to Brecken and explaining all of this to him.
Oh yeah, well, that makes sense, but the next step after we get back to Brecken and we get back to the boat and Vissa and back
I
to
think
the mainland and
I think we should avoid a direct confrontation if possible. Assuming they don't have all of the other three shards, we should try to find as many as we can before we have to face them.
they logically have two. We have two.
So maybe it's a race to find the third.
Yeah, sure. It makes sense to me to take them out of the race completely and have the shards for ourselves. Then we have four and no competition. But that could be taking on a whole army by ourselves.
Would be in a lot better position to take on them with three shards, I would imagine, than
Would we? Do the shards lend us any power at all?
they might.
They don't lend me any power at all.
Because you're afraid of him.
I am
No.
not afraid of the shards or the face steel. I am worried of whatever corrupting things are happening to you and your body, and I will not allow it to happen to mine.
Vissa was able to get a reaction out of the shard. I wonder what else is possible with it and if it could help us.
Well, and didn't you say they could walk through walls and things like that?
Yes,
So-
but that's
But, well, yeah, we don't know what is.
enough practice. Conceivably, you could do that with the face steel rod that you have.
We'll have to.
I think the shards and staff is something beyond normal
Yeah.
normal face deal. Either way, the more we have of them, the better our chances of defeating the riders and whatever. If they are, it makes sense that they're the next logical step for the people who took over the monks.
I wonder what the pilgrim meant when he said that the Ezid came and enslaved lower races. And then they
He was about
left.
this tall. So lower races would be you
Like
and
me?
yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
But then they left. Where did they come from and where did they go?
I think there are a lot of things that we don't understand yet.
Where did you come from? Traveler. Pilgrim. Joe.
You tried.
I got two different things mixed up.
Well, we don't know where we
Where
would
did you come
even
from?
look
Didn't
for
matter.
these. We don't know where we would look for these shards. We don't know where we would look for these
Go on.
monks.
Continue
So
on the same path we've been going. We
Yeah.
have clues to.
we'll see what we come across first, another shard or the riders.
Well, either way, we needed to head back. Hopefully, the Larkspur hasn't left us.
Remember what Beckett said. Vissa won't allow it.
Yes, but I fear as a force, as much of a force Vissa is, Graziella would not allow her crew to starve. Thus of how it affected Vissa.
Oh, I'm sure the giants have taken care of them.
There's only one way to find out. Let's go.
Let's get out of here.
And that's where it ends tonight's session.
Hey!
Woo!